What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are here at Lake Julian Disc Golf Course. I'm wearing my bag right now. I never wear my bag for these videos. We are doing an in the bag. We're gonna start off on hole one. We might not play all the holes. We're just gonna play some pretty ones, ones that we can see how discs fly, so you can see what the discs do for me. And let's get into it. Starting off on hole number one, the most thrown mold in my bag is the P2. I have my Dryad, my dead straight putter. I can put some really good power into it and it's still gonna hold really straight. This new Skyguide 4, it's in the yellow or green plastic, so it's pretty overstable. And then my putting putter for this year is the Flex One P2. I've been putting with the P2 for a while now, but I was putting with this specific disc. And C-Line, as it's great, has a lot of good traction and grip, but sometimes you just need a little bit extra grip. And so I went with the Flex One because this feels the most rubbery and tacky to my hand, and I had some problems with other plastics. Let's throw one off of the first. We're gonna go with this one, show you what a brand new Skyguide 4 does. Ooh, ooh. Did I just hit a bird? I didn't even know there was a bird. I think I might have just hit a bird. Oh my goodness. That was a great shot though. You can throw it, you can putt with it. It's such a good mold. Next up we have Squishy. Now, the discs that have obviously been changed from the original stamp no longer fly like the original mold. They fly a little bit differently, and I've kind of made it my own. This is Squishy. We have Dryad. You'll see some more later on. This is an Envy, Proton Envy. It flies very, very straight. I don't have to throw it hard. It flies straight. I can throw it really hard. It flies straight. It's just a great disc, holds very true to its angle, and we're gonna throw it here on hole two. Yep, straight into a tree, but it was very straight. That was a great misrelease on my part. This is probably the second most used disc that I bag, used mold that I bag, and that is the new Discmania Spore in the Neosoft plastic. This thing is gummy, it's flexible, it still pops back to straight, and it's still gonna have some overstability that you're not quite expecting if you're thinking of a glitch or a polecat. This is not a glitch or a polecat. This disc is, I was so happy to find this disc. It flies the way that my Dryad flies, but at like 50% power. So this is a disc that I'm recommending them to everybody. You don't have to go out and get one. You don't necessarily need something like this, but I'm having a lot of fun throwing it right now and it's amazing. You don't have to throw it hard, it just holds the line. That light red one, that one I've had since the day they dropped. So that one is definitely my straightest. I have some of these in other colors. I have a pink, I have a green, I have a blue, just depending on what the course calls for. Today it's a very green day, so I'm going with the pink so we can stand out. Stepping up onto hole number three, the next mold that I'm bagging right now is the PD. The Nordic Phenom 2 is a workhorse. It is absolutely gorgeous, and the white on blue with the white stamp is so pretty. I bag an S-Line, a blue S-Line PD as well, but it doesn't show up very well flying through the woods on camera. So I'm gonna throw this orange one to kind of give you, they fly basically identical. I'm gonna show you what a PD does here. Really good glide, really good overstability, but it's not so incredibly overstable that you can't shape shots with it. I can get a PD to hold a really long panning anhyzer and it barely flexes out at the very end if you throw it right. I have the Nordic Phenom 2, I have a blue S-Line. The orange one comes out for camera because it shows up really good in the woods. And then I also have a C-Line one that's pink That one's not currently in the bag. That is for the spring and the winter when there's not a whole lot of trees or wind or a lot of leaves, so there's a lot more wind. I need that sea line a little bit extra beefier for some of those windier situations. I may have forgotten to mention that I also use the Spore for some of those super long range putts. So it's uphill, like edge of circle 2. We're gonna see if we can make it. See what I mean? It's so good. Holes 4, 5, and 6 are incredibly difficult to film, so we're jumping straight to hole 7. We are going with a forehand off of this drive with a time lapse. This is my overstable 12-speed option. This one's a little bit straighter than this one, but we all know which color shows up better on camera. Oh, also, look what they're doing with the rims these days. Look at all that super cool swirls. It's so pretty. Yep, overstable for sure. Oh, good tree. Not a tree. I'm stuck in the middle of the fairway. Wanted to be on the right side, but we have an approach. Probably gonna use my approach disc. Basket is up on that hillside over there. I'm probably gonna be mostly out of frame when I throw this, but we don't wanna see where the disc goes. This is a Stabilizer Cosmic Neutron plastic. This is Charles. He's in the bag right now because it's spring and he's not green. My other one is a nice green and yellow, which is super pretty and easy to find most of the year, but in the springtime and in the dappled sunlight on brand new leaves, very difficult to distinguish from the brand new leaves. So we're going with the blue one, Charles. Pop it out there, a touch of hyzer, want it to fade back in the hill. That's a look for a birdie right there. Or hit a tree. Can you tell I'm so in love with this disc? It's so amazing. Putter pocket's basically cleared out. We are throwing the next thing up in the lineup. This is the overstable beaded mid-range. You see Rock 3 at the front. That's what this disc is, and that's what this disc used to be until I threw it for about 15 years. Replacing this as my overstable straight option is this Lux Vapor one, and then if it gets a little bit windier and I need a little bit more beef, we have this Sea Line. Remember the color. This is super overstable Sea Line. So we have Lux Vapor, Star, and Sea Line. I got some Neo ones sitting in the car that I'm working on replacing this disc with, so that if I were to lose this disc, I could replace it. However, as it is right now, I can't lose this disc because I can't really replace it. But I mean, they did just cut all the grass, so maybe we throw it here anyways. Let's go for a hyzer flip Rock 3 shot, because those other ones would be a turnover shot and I'm practicing my hyzers. So hyzer flip Rock 3. This is pre-Paul McBeth Worlds, like 2010 Rock 3. Super old school. Yep. Who am I kidding? We're gonna throw the method anyway. Watch the difference. That one kind of flips out. This one though gotta kind of turn. Yep. Same amount of hyzer, but that one just bites. It kicked back out. I can find it. Yay. Let's get spicy on the next hole. And when I say get spicy, we're gonna bring the heat with the pyro. Self-proclaimed pyromaniac here. I have like 8 of these discs. This mold is so amazing. The 2 that are in my bag are the same weight, same plastic, same color. So I don't know and I don't care which one I'm grabbing because they're gonna fly the exact same. We're gonna throw one, maybe both of them here. And oh, I really hope they mow down by the creek, but it's very claustrophobic in there. So we need to make sure we get at least near the creek. These, though, forehand dominant, so good discs. They're so amazing. We're jumping a bit in speeds. This is technically a 9-speed, but it kind of acts just like an overstable scramble disc, approach disc, fairway driver. This is a captain's wrap. The slower and softer you throw it, the more it's gonna flex. And the harder you throw it, the more it just wants to bite back. So it's a really amazing scramble disc for those forehand, backhand flex shots. We're gonna try to throw a forehand flex shot that I've been trying for quite a while now. You can see the basket. We're gonna try to basically go straight at it. We're not gonna take the big forehand hyzer around to the left. We're gonna try to go straight at it, flex it underneath these branches, and then fade back. I caught the branches. We're gonna go with my other scramble disc. This is the 5-speed, the Lux Vapor Mutant. I have a couple of Mutants just in case backups fail, but this one, basically same thing as that. You can throw it on whatever crazy anhyzer line, it's gonna try to fight back. All around. Turns out, the more the summer wears on, the more the trees grow, the tighter that gap is gonna get. I know it's been a while since I filmed from this actual tee pad and not the long dirt pad that's up there, because that one's really fun to throw, but the discs I have left are either not gonna reach or are gonna get lost if they go too far. So we're gonna throw this Peach Clash discs. It is an absolutely amazing, slightly understable mid-range. It's basically a Comet without a bead. It's beautiful. It glides for days. I've thrown it on some downhill turnover shots where I've thrown it on a touch of hyzer and just ripped it pretty firm, and it's gone like 400 feet. And I normally can't throw mid-ranges 400 feet, so it's a 4-speed, but the 5 glide and the height that you give it means something. So 300 feet away, we're gonna hang it out to the left and let it drift to the right. Look at that drift. And come back. And that's past. That went way too far. So, like, I have trouble reaching this with my method sometimes, especially with the headwind. And that thing just went too far. And that's a 4-speed. Those are 5 speeds. There's something to that slightly understable thing. It flies like a dream. There's a very good chance that this disc may be the furthest flying disc in my bag. This is a Star Wraith. In 2020, this was already pretty straight. And now it is definitely not pretty straight anymore. It's pretty, that's for sure. You throw it on some hyzer, it'll flip up, give you a nice little turn, drift back. It's absolutely amazing. Let's see if we can, we're going to act like the Mando sign doesn't exist, and we're gonna see how far we can get this disc to fly. And that is 400. Didn't throw it super hard. Definitely had a bit of a headwind, but it kind of bombs. I have to flex most of my other discs to get them that far. That disc, you throw it on hyzer and it goes that far. There is one more drive I want to show you guys, and we're gonna do 2 different shots from that hole. It's the short tee pad for hole 20. It's gonna give us a really good perception through the trees. We're throwing a fairway driver. This is my go-to fairway driver mold, Star Eagle. This is the one I throw most often. This one is pretty straight. Touch of fade at the end, but you can get a nice little drift, you can get a turn, it'll still finish. I really appreciate those -1.3 discs that Innova makes, and it's super difficult for me to find something from any other manufacturer that's actually -1.3. They're all -1.2 or 0.3. They're super difficult to find. So when you find the mold that works for you, it works. This disc, however, basically the same time frame as that Yellow Star Rock 3, because they're pinned the same, and this specific pinning was only used for like a year or two. So might not have bought them on the exact same day, but definitely the same Star Yellow plastic. This is Flippy. I'm gonna show you 2 different shots. We're gonna show you overstable new Eagle versus Flippy used Eagle, and you get a whole array of everything in between, so it's pretty incredible. This one is pink with a slightly orange rim, and I have an all pink one, but this one with the orange rim I put in because it kind of matches my Pyros. Now I want you to notice the drastic release angle difference. That was a pretty drastic anhyzer. We're gonna go pretty drastic hyzer and get possibly very similar to the same shot. I needed that a little bit higher, but goes to show you, Stark Plastic, brand new, amazing. Beat in, amazing. It's a mold, the Star Eagle, it's something I cannot get away from. I have looked so hard to find something, but I can't get away from the Eagle. If you enjoy content like this, make sure to like the video. If you want to see something new, make sure to comment down below. I read all the comments and I usually respond. I might even make a video out of it. Who knows? Please make sure to subscribe. Have tons of giveaways going on all the time. Helps me out and it helps you out. Until next time, guys. See you out on the course. If you're still watching after the shot of the day, congratulations, good job. There was a fly there. Go away, fly. I have another giveaway going on. I'm just announcing it now, so it's kind of a super secret giveaway. We're doing this incredible Spore, this dark gray. It has some really cool swirls to it as well. Absolutely amazing stamp. The giveaway conditions are there's going to be, over the course of the next month, 7 appearances of this little stuffed fox in my videos. It might be shorts, it might be full-length videos. If you find all 7 of them, comment final on the last one. So you'll have to know which order they come out in. Make sure to hit the bell notifications down below. It'll help alert you as soon as all the new videos are released. Bye for real.